WWE SmackDown Women's Championship. Becky Lynch defeated Charlotte Flair. Even Becky Lynch's stroll to the ring is better now.
Mm-hmm.
And I had been told a couple weeks ago that WWE was going to pivot from this, and they have a bit. Not fully, but they have to a degree. Enough, I think. They trade holds until Charlotte gets caught charging the corner, and I thought she made this spot look really good. She hit that corner hard. The pace picks up, and we get brawling that we probably should have gotten early on. Becky really works over Charlotte's arm, including a modified cattle mutilation. Charlotte's able to stop the barrage with a big boot to the face, but there's no water in the pool and a moonsault attempt. We will talk more about Rousey's armbar during her match, but Becky's is better, which is incredibly confusing to me. Charlotte powerbombs her out of it, though. Becky gets caught in a Boston Crab on a missile dropkick attempt, but makes it to the ropes. Applies disarmor, and Charlotte gets out of the ring. And then when Charlotte goes for a spear, Becky turns it into a DDT and gets the win. Jeff, did you see this result coming? What'd you think of the match, and what'd you think of the finish?
I did not see this win coming at all. I thought maybe she'd win by hook or crook and then take the arm off after maybe a cheat of a win or something to that effect. I think Rob McCarron is right on this. I think Charlotte's going to tie Ric Flair's title reigns, and I think they're going to have these kind of short reigns in between. But in this case, it's a good thing because it helps Becky. This might be Becky's best outing since the triple threat at WrestleMania 3 years ago. I think she looked really good here. I'm not certain on how good Charlotte was in the match, but I think Becky herself looked really good in here. And it seems like, if they're not going to pivot, she looks good as a heel. I'm going to be honest. I like her as a heel much better than a babyface doing straight fire arrow pulls and things like that. But if they're going to pivot, it's going to happen on Tuesday when Becky is now no longer angry and Charlotte gets mad. That's my thinking. That there might be a double turn there.
I think they pivoted enough to make me satisfied with this. I don't need Charlotte to be a heel. I just need Becky to not be written to insult the crowd's intelligence, because we saw the poll where WWE was like, did you really have Becky's back through all this? And it was 93% yes. I halfway expected them to be like, but really, did you? Are you sure?
Well, the positive, if they are pivoting in some way, and it's just kind of like a mild type of tension between, is that you can get to horsewomen versus horsewomen now without the lines being drawn. I don't know if that's still the plan, but
it'd make a lot more sense than what Nikki Bella stuff they're working on. Thank you to King Junie for the donation. Alex, this match, the win got a big pop too.
Yeah, they did. This was the match that a lot of people I know, and myself included, cared the most about on this card, because it was the possibility was there for this to happen. I didn't think they would actually follow through, but I'm amazed that it did, and I was anticipating the possibility of it. I did not think it was going to happen the way it did. Becky just being super smart about it and countering the spear into the DDT, as you said. There was one thing that was kind of a constant through both women's titles matches tonight. Was either selling forever, and then when it's required that your bad shoulder that's been worked on the entire night, when you need that to like deadlift somebody into a power bomb, that's fine, and then go right back to the shoulder. I hate when that happens. There was some bad selling later in the night in the other women's title match, but I fully expected Becky to take the handshake and then Charlotte turn on her in that moment. That's what I expected. And
I'm glad it didn't happen.
I'm so glad it didn't happen, because I love defiant Becky. Like, no, this is my moment. This is not about you giving me the rub. I beat you fair and square. I love that. And I also like the idea that Becky is a baby face. She's somebody we root for. She just hates Charlotte. And that's a totally an identifiable characteristic to have. Like, I totally identify with that.
It was a nice pushback against the crying we've seen hugs in the middle of the rings. I really thought it was smart.
Yes.